Hello and welcome to Peppermill for the Edinburgh City Sevens, a full sporting weekend of action, including hockey, netball and of course rugby, which is what we're focusing on. The main event of the weekend was the men's elite final, and the two teams contesting it, Scimitar Storm and RAMBLIN Jesters, who'd met in the earlier stages when the Jesters ran out victorious. Would it be one-way traffic this time? Let's enjoy the highlights of the final now with commentator Dale Clancy.
Yes, welcome to the final here at the Edinburgh City Sevens, and it's Scimitar Storm and the RAMBLIN Jesters who are going to contest it. Referee Rory Campbell is going to be the man in the middle. The play gets underway and it's Johnny Law to get proceedings going. And it's been flat back well there by Scimitar, who sweep up the loose bouncing ball into the hands of Finn Lloyd-Gilmore, who powers forward and tries to set up a platform to retain possession. Both these two teams met earlier on in the pool stages, with the Jesters coming out on top and Scimitar starting with intent early on here. Ryan Apps dances back in field, looks to keep possession alive, but it's been intercepted there by the Jesters into the hands of Oscar Stewart. Running laterally across the field, finds a teammate in Dan Rowland, who distributes as well to find another teammate powering forward in the shapes of Austin Emmons. The Jesters now through Rhys Cullen, the captain of the side this afternoon in the capital here. Again finds a teammate in both defences, really well organised so far, but the penalty is going to go the way of the Jesters, and Cullen takes it quickly, goes forward, sizes up his options and spots that Emmons is his best option outside. Down at the hands of Connor O'Sullivan, who's been a thorn in most teams' sides at this tournament here over the weekend at the Edinburgh City Sevens, and the Jesters now over the halfway line for the first time in this game. Retaining possession, stretching the field and testing this Scimitar defensive line, but again it stands strong, but it's now been penetrated and through go the RAMBLIN Jesters, looking to offload back inside, but great covering defence there from Scimitar. Finn Lloyd-Gilmore throws into the line out, but it's a bit scrappy. It's not went the way they perhaps hoped, and now the Jesters swarm on the breakdown area. The penalty's been taken quickly, a little bit of footwork and they weave their way through, and Fergus Jeffrey gets the first score in the final, and it's first blood to the RAMBLIN Jesters, and they take a 5-point lead. And from the line out, it was a great pressure from the Jesters and excellent footwork. Managed to evade the defenders, and from 5 metres out, he's certainly going to be a very difficult man to stop. And he strikes first for the Jesters. Rhys Cullen, right-footed kick, adds the extras, and the RAMBLIN Jesters take a 7-point lead against Scimitar Storm. Cullen gets play back underway, a high test and probing kick, but it's been well gathered by Scimitar. They retreat inside their own half, but do well to gather the ball, and it's offloaded by Johnny Law. Great offload back inside as well as they look to go down this narrow side, and it looks like Charlie Hudson has just evaded the defence, and now he's got a foot race to the line, and he's now coasting in, gets the ball down, and Scimitar Storm replies straight away. And it's that work, that offload there was brilliantly executed by George Worthington. Eventually the ball gets into the hands of Charlie Hudson, and it's just a matter of blistering pace as he scampers down the tram lines here at Peppermill to get a reply score. And Johnny Law with a conversion attempt, and it's accurate, but it's just going to drop in front of the uprights. Now O'Sullivan blistering to the Scimitar half and manages to release a teammate, and Oscar Stewart now is striding towards the line, and just like that the RAMBLIN Jesters extend their lead and reply straight away here. And it's clinical from the Jesters, who are oozing confidence after their large win against Scimitar earlier on in Pool B on day one. Just managing to manipulate that one-on-one situation, and it's just a matter of footwork after that. Oscar Stewart standing up his opposite man and then gliding in for a score. Conversion attempt unsuccessful from the Jesters, so it remains Scimitar Storm 5, RAMBLIN Jesters at 12, as Scimitar look to try and evade the defence, and scampering back there's Emmons, who manages just to haul down his opposite number. George Worthington has to get the offload in. He manages to pass it out of contact, and the loose bouncing ball falls into the hands of Adam McLean. And a powering run towards the try line, and sees Scimitar reply straight away, and it's relentless stuff from both of these sides, exchanging scores in quick succession. But you can see how dangerous Scimitar are from inside their own half. George Worthington just spotting the gap, a little kick of the heels, and he races towards the 22-metre line, but hauled down by Austin Emmons. Determined, dogged defence from the Jesters, number 11, and Sevens keeping the ball alive, getting players into space, is going to result in tries. And that's exactly what happened when Adam McLean got his hands on the ball, spotted the gap, and narrows the margins here. And that takes us to half time, and Scimitar trail by 2 points to the Ramblin Jesters, 10 points to 12. Rhys Cullen waiting for the whistle from Rudy Campbell to get play back underway, and he goes for the little short restart, but it doesn't go to plan this time. So it's going to be a free kick to Scimitar. It's been taken quickly, and going forward is George Barber, and cutting back inside, with looking for some support to find that little dog leg in the Jesters' defence. Offloading, keeping the ball alive out of contact, trying to shift the target. The Scimitar Storm players are swarming on the Ramblin Jesters 22 now. Stretching the field, Jake Metcalf now powers forward and keeps the legs pumping. Offload back out the back door. It finds Will Sanders hot-footing it towards the line, but that's all the powerful work there from Jake Metcalf. Just throwing the dummy, powering through the challenge. Rhys Cullen not able to wrap up the ball, which allows that free arm to just float the ball into the path of Will Sanders, who's got the easy task of swaggering his way towards the Ramblin Jesters try line to get the score. And it's the first time in this game that Scimitar Storm take the lead. Rhys Cullen, a quick free kick, finds Emmons. O'Sullivan, who's been kept pretty quiet during proceedings, is just shackled on the 10-metre line. The quick penalty, as the Jesters look to reply straight away yet again. Rhys Cullen standing tall, he's now dragged down to ground. Well, Sanders, the latest try scorer, making the challenge on the 22-metre line. Out the back door there from Fergus Jeffrey, but not going to hand. Ball popped into the scrum. Cullen, under a bit of pressure, managed to find Emmons. He goes towards the blind side, looks to manipulate that 2-on-1 situation, and now it's blistering pace there from James Pavey, and now the Jesters get their noses in front again. And great work from the speedster on the left-hand side of the pitch, managing to show his footwork and blistering speed to squeeze in the corner to give the advantage back to the Ramblin Jesters. 15 points to 17. Then in the final stages of this game, as the Jesters now have to try and play rugby from deep inside their own half. They've been well marshalled and well shepherded by this Scimitar Storm defence. O'Sullivan stands tall in the challenge. He now goes to ground. The referee giving the penalty the way of the Ramblin Jesters, and they're currently holding all the cards as Mason Cullen now looks to try and splinter this defence. Passed away from the breakdown from Dan Rowland. A knock on there from Austin Emmons is perhaps going to breathe a little bit of life back into this Scimitar campaign. Stretching the ball wide now, Scimitar Storm, with perhaps the last roll of the dice here, and time is of the essence for Scimitar to squeeze back ahead and make a avenge for the heavy defeat that they suffered in the pool stages. Johnny Law has found a teammate in the shape of the captain Adam McLean, and he powers through the challenge. He's stayed tall as well. He's been well defended. Great power from James Pavey, the Jesters winger, but the overlap is on the far side, and stretching towards that line is George Worthington. He's had an excellent final, and he's capped it with a try, which could well be the trophy winning try here at the Edinburgh City Sevens. The Ramblin Jesters looked like they'd done enough in defence, but just being able to pick off their opposite numbers, and Worthington stretching for the line with every sinew, just dots it down on the whitewash. And Scimitar take the lead, 20 points to 17. Play back underway, only a few moments left in this game. It's went in back of the way of the Jesters. Can they snatch this victory at the death. Sullivan from the base finds Jeffrey. Emmons now goes straight forward and breaches and tries to pick off that gap. Scimitar power through at the breakdown, but the referee Rory Campbell deems that illegal. So Sullivan takes it upon himself to go forward towards the 10-metre line, looking for some support and some willing runners to run off the shoulder, but not coming on this occasion. So Mason Cullen has to pass from the base. Emmons now stretches the field and gets the ball towards the 10-metre line. Being passed the ball by Luke Davis, who has to offer himself up for support, but he's not going to get there in time. The referee signalling, holding on at the breakdown, and it's been tapped quickly there from Adam McLean. He punts it off the field, and Scimitar Storm take the victory here in the final, reversing a defeat in the pool stages in Pool B to Ramblin Jesters. But tries from McLean, Sanders, Worthington and Hudson mean that the winners of Edinburgh City Sevens 2023 is Scimitar Storm.
George, player of the tournament, you must be very pleased.
Yes, certainly. Not what I expected, but yeah, it's an absolute honour to receive this. So.
Tell me about the tournament and about the team first of all. Scimitar Storm, how did they come together?
I think it came together a few years ago. It's sort of based off Loughborough University, so we all have been previous ex-Loughborough lads or are currently still here. And then yeah, in more recent years it's got a bit more traction, and yeah, we seem to picking up the odd win here and there, but just enjoying our rugby really.
But you came under the radar a bit because I think you lost one of your first games by about 40 points to nil, didn't you?
Yeah, we played Jesters in our group stage. They absolutely battered us, about 47. I think we were half asleep, some of us. So yeah, and then just managed to day two sort of switch it on a bit, find a groove, and yeah, managed to get the win, thankfully.
Well done to you, Adam. It was a close final, mind you.
Yeah, very tough. The boys from Jesters gave us a good run, but glad we could get over the line in the end, and good to see the boys happy at the end.
Yeah, and picking up the trophy, which must be very pleasing for you.
Yeah, I think especially after yesterday, we woke up this morning a little bit sheepish, a bit naive to what we could probably achieve, and I think the message at the end was believe, and we did that and came away with the trophy, so great for the boys and be a good journey back now.
Tell me a wee bit about the Loughborough University team then. I mean, you know, George was saying you're either still students or former students.
Yeah, a lot of us are current students. There's a few alumni in there, but I mean, we've had a successful year in 15s, and now we're just trying to carry that into the 7th season, and a lot of the boys love it. Some boys don't, but the ones that do are here enjoying it and hopefully picking up some success like today.
And George, sevens is a very different playing style from 15s, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Gets your lungs blown a bit more, I tell you.
Much faster.
Yeah, a lot quicker. At least it's shorter, but yeah, certainly gets you blowing.
Mason, tell me a bit first of all about Ramblers Jesters.
Yeah, we're an invitational side. We go all across the world. We're based in Ireland and America, but this is my first session with the boys, and you've got quality boys. You've got some Irish internationals, Scottish internationals. You've got boys all around the world playing, and it's a good setup, and the boys have welcomed me in well. So it was just a tough loss to take.
How did you end up playing for them? Because obviously you play for Jed.
Yeah, it was actually I play for Burmuir now, so the 6 games there, they've obviously picked me up from there and gave me a message to play, so I was quite happy with that, quite chuffed actually.
You beat Scimitar in the early stages of the competition. In fact, you hammered them, but in the final it was different.
Yeah, we came out of the blocks in the first round yesterday, but it happened again. The last game we were playing Esher, they were 14-0 down at half time. I think we kind of underestimated them because obviously the previous sides had beat them and we'd beat them, so it's just sevens, isn't it? Sevens, anyone can beat anyone on the day, it's just how it goes, but it's a tough loss to take. Credit to the lads. But
and you're a bit of a sevens specialist, aren't you?
Yeah, being a borders man, yeah, it's pretty good, but yeah, it's a good level to play at this, and I'm excited to see where Edinburgh City Sevens can go. It's quite new, and it's needed, to be fair. It's a bit of a break from the Kings of the Sevens, so it's good.
I was going to ask you about the Kings of the Sevens because obviously that's the big borders circuit. Do you miss that?
Yeah, no, I'll be making sure I'll return for that. Don't worry, I'll be back for there, so it should be good.
So does this count as an end of season tournament or a beginning of season tournament?
Oh, I think it's an end. I think it's an end, definitely. Yeah. It's just good to play against different competition. Like, you've had boys all over the world, so it's good now.
So where are you off to this season? Do you know?
Contract till Burmuir until November, so I'll see what happens after that. I'll give it a go, and then I don't know, maybe we'll see. I'll be back at Jed, no doubt, though.
But you'll definitely be playing the Kings of the Sevens.
I will definitely be back for that. Don't worry. Yeah, I wouldn't miss that for the world. You're fine.
Wee bit disappointed though you couldn't pick up the trophy.
Yeah, it's a tough loss. I mean, to be 3 points down as well, it's just, to lose by 3 points, it's just, it is what it is. Last minute try, it's what it is. I don't know, that's sevens.
You certainly win jersey of the tournament anyway.
Oh, I don't know about that. The socks are a bit dodgy, but no, they're good. Cheers.
So congratulations to the team from Loughborough University's Scimitar Storm who pick up the Men's Elites Trophy and are winners of the Edinburgh City Sevens. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage, and from me and all the team here at Peppermill, it's goodbye.